Okay, so we talked about rules in the training, but we kind of flew through it, so we want to walk you through and give you a video of how to set up a rule. So up at the top we see rules, so we click on rules and we click on manage rules and alerts, and we're going to do the rule we talked about first, the one we talked about with Al about how to take something where you're CC'd and keep it out of your inbox and throw it into a separate folder. So we've got our menu here, we click on new rule, and we basically just walk through the steps. It's set up to help us. So we're going to apply this to a rule on messages that I receive. Click next. Okay, in this case it says what type are we looking for? We're looking for where my name is in the CC box. So we click on next. Okay, what action do we want? We want to move it to a specified folder, and then we go down here to the hyperlink here and we say here's the folder that I want. In this case it's pretty obvious. We want to send it to a folder that says CC'd items. So we click on OK. And we've got a nice rule. We click on next and we select if there's any exceptions. Okay, not to be glib, but for example, Al might decide, okay, I want it to always go there unless, for example, the word lawsuit or Title IX is in the subject, something like that. I don't want that going to CC. I want that going straight to my inbox. So you can set up exceptions that say ignore the rule in this case, but otherwise we go to next. We've got a nice thing. We could rename it if we want, but I'm just going to click on finish. There's our rule. It's in play now as soon as I click OK. All right, let's do another one. Click on new rule, and we talked about turning our alerts off. Well, I might turn my alerts off, but decide, in some cases I want that to go through and I want that alert. So on apply message I receive, I click on this, and let's say if it's from, okay, and it's not pick on Al day, but Al is in fact my supervisor. So if it's from Al, then we'll click on OK. All right, and then next, and then I'm going to display a desktop alert. So if it's from Al, I want it to actually pop up on my desktop and say, you got an email from Al. And I click next. Are there any exceptions? I'm going to skip that and go to finish. Okay. The next thing to show you are templates, and a lot of you may not care about this one because you don't send the same email enough, but for those of you who do, this is a lifesaver. What you do is you go to new email items and you type up your email. So I'm going to send a thank you note to Josh. Josh is awesome and wonderful and he helped me. So I say, dear Josh, you are awesome and wonderful. Thank you so much. You're my favorite dean. You are great. I hope your reign lasts for 1,000 years and the sun never sets upon it. Whatever it is we say. And I've done it. I give it a subject of thank you, Josh. And then I'm about to hit send. I go, you know what? I send these all the time. And, I think this one turned out really good. And I'm going to want to send one to Diane and to Andrea later. I should probably save this. So I go to File, Save As, and I just save it as a template. So I click on Save. And then I go ahead and send it to Josh. Okay, and then later, now Andrea did something really nice for me, or Diane did something really nice, or something like that. Later on, I come back to new items, and I'm going to go slow on this, but you've got the video so you can take notes on how to find it. On new items, you go to more items, and it's kind of buried, so new items, more items, choose form, and then on here we select user templates and file system, meaning the templates that we put in there. And here we see thank you, Josh. Click on open, and there's the letter that we wrote. Okay, so we can just go in and we'll change Josh to Andrea, and if we needed to change anything else, we would change that and we're good to go. But especially if this was like a 2-page letter, we have to go in and change a date or change a couple of words here and there, but it's good to go. So the last thing is a new search folder. It looked like about half of you had seen this before and about half of you hadn't. A new search folder simply allows us to search very quickly for something we search for repeatedly. So in this case, I'm going to click on new search folder and I'm going to scroll down to create a custom search folder. Click choose, and I'm going to call this one Lynn. Oops. And I'm going to say my criteria is I want emails that I've received from Lynn. So I select her, and where I'm the only person on the to line. So in other words, not things she sent out to the whole college, just emails from Lynn to me. And let's say within the last received in the last 7 days. Okay, so an email from Lynn to only me in the last 7 days. So click OK and OK, and then it creates a folder. And in this case, nothing meets that criteria, so it's empty. But if Lynn had sent something in the last 7 days, and by the way, I will search all of the subfolders, anything that's in my inbox or any of the subfolders, and it'll put it in there. And the nice thing is it actually leaves it there, so it doesn't pull it into there. It simply lets me know that it's there, so I can search for that. If there's something there that I need to respond to, I can do that and then go back. Okay, so that kind of gives you a quick overview of the stuff that we talked about.